Hi everyone, welcome to the platform of Study IQ. In this lecture, we will discuss the current affair of state of Assam for the month of August. This will be part 1. We will discuss this lecture in two parts. So 15 days current affair will be discussed in this lecture in the MCQ format. And also we will see the detailed discussion of the questions and also the answers. My name is Ramneet Kaur. Let's start with the lecture. The very first question is about one of the particular project which has been launched by the state of Assam, and this project is for the economically weaker section, or particularly the kids. Economically weaker kids will get benefit by this project. What is the name of this project which has been launched by the state of Assam? Your options are School on Wheels, School on Show, School with Passion, or School for Us. So the correct answer will be School on Wheels. It is the project which has been launched by Assam. Remember, this is particularly for the economically disadvantaged children so that they can also be covered under the conventional education system. So the other name for this project is also the Vidyarath. The question might come in the format of Vidyarath, like Vidyarath scheme has been recently launched by which of the following state government, then your answer will be Assam. Or objective might have been asked, like which particular section of the society will be targeted by this Vidyarath, what is the objective. So this is for the economically disadvantaged children so that they can also be mainstream in the conventional education system. Vidyarath School on Wheel, it actually envisages the elementary education imparting to the children for the 10 months who are not economically well. Sources also said that the government will integrate those students who are not financially well into the conventional system of education, and students will also be provided free midday meals. They will be provided with free uniforms and also free textbook. The India of our dream is basically uh, in the context of uplifting the socio-economically disadvantaged section of the society. So the project Vidya Rath is on the same pattern, on the same line to achieve this objective. We target to impart the education to economically challenged children and also those children who are not financially well off but they are good in academics. Chief Minister also said that our children are the future of our nation. So it is extremely painful to see many of the children who wanted to go to school but due to the financial constraint they are not able to go to school and instead they are begging on the streets, sometimes on the bus stop and the railway station. And some of the students or the bright children are picking the garbage bottles, which is also not good. So we are ruining the future of such children, due to which this project has been started. Also, many children drop out of the school has been increased due to the financial difficulties of the families. So this problem will also be addressed. Despite of the best efforts of state and central government, the chunk of the children are still outside of the formal education, but this project will overcome the challenges of not mainstreaming the children into the conventional education system. Minor cases which are present in the Assam government, but recently the Assam government decided to withdraw some of the minor cases. What is the number of those minor cases which will be withdrawn by the Assam government? The options are 5 lakh, 3 lakh, 1 lakh, or 2 lakh. The correct answer will be 1 lakh minor cases will be withdrawn by the Assam government, and mostly the registered one are in the connection with the offensive social media post. So those cases which are related with the offensive social media post and the culprits are minors, those cases will be withdrawn by the Assam government so that the burden on the judiciary can be reduced. Chief Minister recently made this announcement on the Independence Day occasion that government has decided to formally withdraw 1 lakh cases in which the minors are involved, and these cases are mostly related to Facebook and Twitter posts. Objective to do so is to reduce the burden on the judiciary so that judiciary can concentrate more on the serious cases. The government will file a petition also requesting the judiciary for withdrawal of the cases. Also, he appealed to the Paresh Barua faction of insurgent group United Liberation Front of Assam to shun or get away with the path of violence and settle the issues with the dialogues. He also said that Assam does not and will never support the terrorism. Assam has remained an integral part of India since the period of Ramayana and Mahabharata, and Chief Minister said that I clearly believe that last 3 days was the biggest lesson for those who envisage a sovereign Assam. The people in the Assam always proved the Indian sovereignty, so that's why those people who are there in the insurgent group, they have the chance to get away with that insurgency article, and they should settle the dispute or settle their problems with the dialogues with the government. He also announced that 10,000 government jobs will be there by the next month in the state of Assam, so that we can move toward the you can say we can move toward the economical independence of the people of the Assam. 1 lakh jobs in the transparent manner will be provided. Already the 30,000 jobs has been provided by the government. For another 30,000 job, the government is considering the written and oral test. This question is important. Governor recently formed the panel for the protection of heritage Assamese institutions at a particular places. So, of which of the following places the heritage Assamese institutions will be protected by this panel? Options are Dispur Heritage Assamese Institution, Shillong Heritage Assamese Institutions, Agratala Heritage Assamese Institutions, or Kohima Heritage Assamese Institutions. The correct answer will be Shillong. So those heritage institutions of the Assam which is there in the Shillong, for protecting them, the governor recently announced the formation of panel. Next question is about the Meghalaya. Meghalaya was carved out of the Assam. In which particular year this carving out of the Meghalaya from the Assam has taken place? Until then, the Shillong was the Assam capital. The options are 1972, 1987, 1980, or 1976. The correct answer will be until 1972, Meghalaya was part of Assam. And this is very important information that when Meghalaya was the part of Assam, at that period of time, the Shillong was the capital of Assam. Assam Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi has intervened in the protection of some of the heritage, socio-cultural, academic and religious institutions of the Assamese in the Meghalaya capital Shillong. Due to this intervention, the panel was formed for the protection of such kind of institutions. For this, the 3-member committee with the Director of Cultural Affairs Department as its chairman has been constituted. Apart from the Cultural Affairs Department Director, the Deputy Resident Commissioner, Assam House, Shillong, and representative from the Revenue and Disaster Management Department will be the member of these 3 members committee. The committee has been assigned the task to visit the institutions in the Shillong to assess the current affair of the state and take up the matter with the Meghalaya government. Like if the heritage institutions of the Assam is under the threat in the Meghalaya, then committee will inform the same thing to the Meghalaya government, and also held the talk with the different organizations running those heritage institutions and then submit the detailed report. One of these institutions is Shrimant Shankradev Cultural Center. In the last month, we have discussed the question regarding this cultural center also, because this was under the threat in the Shillong. It was narrated to the government of Assam by the people of Meghalaya who are there in the Meghalaya, belong to the Assam community. So this center is particularly under the threat, and letter was written to the Chief Minister of Assam in June this year for seeking his help so that the threat can be overcome, because at that particular area the influential locals including the politicians are emerging as the threat to Shrimant Shankradev Cultural Center. In its letter to the Assam CM, the cultural center said that limited Assamese community is living in the Shillong and finding it tough to manage these institutions. Subsequently, this three-member team from the Assam that is led by the Sudarshan Thakur, who is the secretary of Shrimant Shankradev Kalakshetra, visited the Shillong. This Shrimant Shankradev Kalakshetra is situated in the Guwahati, and after a verification, they submitted their report to the Chief Minister of Assam, which ultimately constituted this three-member committee, which is now available in the Meghalaya to look into the matter and inform the Meghalaya government. Next question is about the boundary dispute between the Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. Assam and Arunachal Pradesh decided to sort their long-standing boundary dispute. For this, they constitute the regional committees. How many regional committees has been constituted for sorting the dispute between Assam and Arunachal Pradesh? Options are 10 regional committees, 8 regional committees, 12 regional committees, or 18 regional committees. The correct answer will be 12 regional committees. The committees will conduct the joint visit to the disputed sites, and these will cover 123 villages in the 8 districts of Assam. Apart from that, the 12 districts of Arunachal Pradesh will also get covered. And then they make their recommendation to the respective governments after considering the historical perspective between the perspective of the dispute, administrative convenience, contiguity, and the will of the people regarding the boundary. Assam government said that it was working closely with the Arunachal Pradesh government so that the peaceful and holistic settlement can be made for the dispute of boundary. It said the committee had been constituted to expedite this process. These committees will submit their reports to the respective chief ministers by September 15. Earlier this year, the Assam and Meghalaya sorted their boundary problem in 6 of the 12 friction points by adopting this 50-50 template. This is very important. The question might come into your exam that 50-50 template is related to which of the following thing. So this is related to the settlement of boundary dispute between Assam and Meghalaya. Half of the disputed area went to the Assam and half went to the Meghalaya. Now Assam is trying to settle the dispute with Arunachal Pradesh. Apart from it, it is trying to settle the same with the Mizoram. Both states held a ministerial level meetings 2 days ago in Aizawl. It was also decided that Chief Minister of both the states would meet in the New Delhi also in the next month so that they can work out the amicable solution regarding the boundary disputes. Next question is about Assam Rifles opening of Captain Kangaroo's Center for Underprivileged Children. This particular center, Captain Kangaroo's Center for Underprivileged Children, has been opened in which of the following state? The options are Mizoram, Manipur, Assam, or Nagaland. The correct answer is in the Nagaland. This center has been opened recently, and remember, Assam Rifles contributed for the opening of center. The basic aim is to empower the youth of Nagaland through the education and secure a better future to them. That's why the Director General of Assam Rifles, Lieutenant General P.C. Nair, inaugurated this center, which is actually the Center of Excellence and Wellness also. The center has been named after late Captain N. Kangaroos, who was conferred with the country's second highest gallantry award, that is Mahavir Chakra, during 1999 Kargil conflict. The Assam Rifles in the statement said that project has been conceived by the force with the aim to mentor and provide value-based education, which include the soft skill training, critical life competencies, leadership capabilities, personal conditioning, wellness program, vocational training, personality development, etc. for grooming of students. The students under the scheme will be prepared to join the important educational institutions of the country in all the streams. This project was conceptualized by the Deputy General Lieutenant General Nair while he was the Inspector General AR in the Nagaland. So during his posting in the Nagaland, he started this idea. because he felt the necessity and significant to reach out to the remote areas of Nagaland, particularly to nurture the talented youngsters and also the underprivileged youth that reside in such areas. The project has been conceptualized as a year-long residential coaching and mentoring facility for the students who are from economically weaker and underprivileged section of the states, so that the prestigious competitive exams can be easy for such kind of students and the preparation can be done right. Like if students are preparing for the NEET and JEE, the proper guidance and coaching will be provided to the underprivileged youngsters of the Nagaland. Memorandum of Understanding between the Assam Rifles, Axis Bank, and NIDO was signed on 13th May 2022, after which the commenced selection of 30 meritorious students happened. The student underwent various stages of testing to be finally selected among the top 30. Next question is about the historical initiative of the Assam, so that the youngsters of the state get to know about the different historical angle of the state. Assam recently decided to send 1000 youngsters to the cellular jail for the visit, so that this youth can draw the inspiration from the freedom fighters. The question is, at which particular cellular jail the visit was made by 1000 youth? Options are cellular jail of Delhi, of Allahabad, of Andaman, or of Mumbai. The correct answer will be the cellular jail of Andaman. 1000 youth of Assam visited this cellular jail of Andaman to draw the inspiration. He lamented that not many people in the country know about the date of 28th January 1894, because at this particular date the Patharu Ghat uprising happened in the Assam, where over 100 unarmed peasants were massacred by the British. They were protesting against the increase in the land taxes when the colonial forces fired indiscriminately. It was like the happening of Jallianwala Bagh, but it was before the Jallianwala Bagh. Just 2 years ahead of the carnage, the British had annexed this Assam, and the protests were going on at that period of time, and peasants were regularly oppressed, due to which this thing happened. Sharma said, Chief Minister particularly said that he had written to all the Chief Minister of the country to include a chapter on Lachit Borphukan, who is very famous historical personality, a freedom fighter, in their academic curriculum, so that the student will know about the contribution of Lachit Borphukan. He said the country must know the bravery of the 17th century Ahom general. Under Borphukan leadership, the Ahoms defeated the Mughals in the famous 1671 Battle of Saraghat. This is very important battle. Borphukan is basically the freedom fighter, you can say, in the medieval period. So, Borphukan contributed a lot in the history of Assam in the medieval period, even at the start of modern history also, and he was 17th century Home general. So, the students from the Assam has been sent to the cellular jail of Andaman, so that the different personalities who has contributed their bit in the freedom struggle of country can get the recognition among the youth of today. That's why this you can say historical visit was organized. Apart from this, the government is proposing the ideas to include the famous personalities of the Assam, historical personalities I must say, of the Assam into the academic curriculum. Next news is about the NRC. After the publication of the final list, the authorities opposing the issue of rejection slip, and they are mentioning the reasons for excluding a person's name from the final NRC. Before publishing the final NRC, remember the center had extended the time limit for filing the appeals in the foreigner tribunal by getting the rejection slip and then submitting it to the foreign tribunal, and the excluded person can visit the foreign tribunal within the 120 days. However, the process is getting delayed because there is no tentative schedule for issuing the rejection slip, due to which those people who are being getting rejected are not able to visit the foreigner tribunals timely. These slips are yet to be issued to number of people in the state of Assam. A person whose name is not part of NRC can approach any foreign tribunal with a certified copy of rejection slip that the person will get from the NRC authorities. And in this slip, the rejection of the ground of rejection will also be mentioned. As per the law, the NRC cannot decide if someone is foreigner or not. This is very important point. Only the foreign tribunal have this right to decide the person as a foreigner or not. So foreign tribunal can only declare the person as a foreigner in the Assam. Ashraf ul Hussain, the activist fighting for the rights of citizenship in the Assam, said that this delay or the procedural delay, you can say, in the issuing of rejection slip is the biggest issue in the NRC, which might create the disturbance or destabilization in the society later on. This question is about the agreements by the Godrej Agrovet. Godrej Agrovet recently signed agreement with Assam, Manipur and Tripura. For which of the particular product this agreement has been signed? The options are for tea, for palm oil, for rubber or for coffee. The correct answer will be for the palm oil. These agreements will be signed. Assam, Manipur and Tripura, 3 states are involved in this agreement, because the question might come that Godrej Agrovet has signed the agreements regarding the palm oil with how many states in the northeastern category. So 3 states are covered under this agreement. Godrej Agrovet, it is a diversified agri-business conglomerate, recently announced that it has signed memorandum of understanding with the government of Assam, Manipur and Tripura to advance and promote the oil palm growth in the area under National Mission on Edible Oil. This is basically the central level mission. The partnership between the Godrej Agrovet and state government will create the new chance for expanding the oil palm plants in these particular states, which ultimately improve the conditions of the farmers also economically. The agreements are in keeping with Godrej Agrovet long-term goal to be the driving force behind the India's oil mission. It will double the income of farmer and also promote the sustainable expansion of the oil palm production. In the entire nation, the Godrej Agrovet has planted palm oil on over 65,000 acres. This is very important. In the upcoming years, the Godrej Agrovet intend to raise this to 10,000 hectares. Godrej Agrovet 6 oil palm mills are dispersed all around the nation and also manufacturing a variety of goods, which not only include the crude palm oil but also include the palm kernel oil, palm kernel cake. The government had established the National Mission on Edible Oils in August 2021. Remember this year? This is very important. With a planned investment of rupees 11,040 crore, the central government has launched this mission in 2021. The goal was to increase the oil palm area to 10 lakh hectare by 2025-26. These are the key points from where the question might come in the exam. Like the objective or the target of this mission might have been asked in the exam, which is about generating the palm oil in the 10 lakh hectare area by 25-26. And also the further objective is to increase the production of palm oil in area of 16.7 lakh hectare by 2029-30, with a special emphasis on the Northeast and Andaman and Nicobar Island. So why Northeastern states and Andaman and Nicobar Island has been chosen for this palm oil production? Because the climatic condition or the suitability for the crop is most appropriate in these areas. These areas can provide the immense production of palm oil. So with this, we are near the end of this lecture. We will meet in the second part, or you can say last part of this month in the next lecture. If you have any query, then you can contact on these numbers. Keep studying. All the best. Thank you very much.